This woman just got arrested for faking her nursing certification, but only after she had treated over 4,000 patients.
Police in Florida arresting a woman accused of posing as a registered nurse, allegedly treating more than 4,400 patients without a license.
Tonight, a North Florida woman is under arrest.
Can you step out of the car for me, please?
Accused of posing as a licensed nurse and providing care to thousands of unsuspecting patients without a valid nursing license.
Am I being arrested?
You are.
That woman, 29-year-old Autumn Bardisa, taken into custody Tuesday. Body camera video showing her still wearing medical scrubs.
How is that even possible? Well, I guess today we'll find out. So in the past, we've covered fake dentists, fake rich kids, and now I guess we can add fake nurses to that list. Faking your nurse certification is wild enough by itself, but seeing 4,000 patients with a fake nurse certificate, that's just a whole nother level. How can you convince people to not be scared of hospitals when you can't even guarantee your staff is going to actually be certified? But this is Autumn Bardista, a Florida woman who was just arrested after allegedly pretending to be a registered nurse. She went full-on Grey's Anatomy with 0 credentials, and she was only caught when they were about to give her a promotion, which strangely enough probably means she was pretty decent at her job. When I first saw this story, I was assuming she got caught because she botched something and someone got injured and then they did a background check into her. No, she was actually just looking to get a promotion and then she got shut down because they did a little bit of a background check on her when they were going to give her a promotion. But I mean, hey, when it comes to people's health, the saying fake it till you make it, that can't be acceptable at all. So here's the deal. Autumn's 29 from Palm Coast, Florida. She was working at Advent Health Palm Coast Parkway, and she started in July of 2023. Not as a nurse, but as an advanced nurse technician, which I know already sounds fake, but apparently that's a real job. But here's the kicker. To even get that position, you have to be supervised by an actual registered nurse. But instead of just sticking to her assigned duties, she allegedly administered Ozempic injections, birth control shots, and God knows what else. And the grand total of patients she actually treated was 4,487. Wow, that's a lot of chances for something wrong to happen. And as I mentioned previously, she faked it until she got a promotion offer. And that's when the house of cards fell apart. Because when Autumn first applied, she claimed to be an education-first registered nurse, which is kind of like saying, I finished college, but forgot to graduate. And the way she got her job was she allegedly provided a real nursing license number, but it belonged to someone else with the same first name.
Officials say during Bardisa's hiring process, she provided a license number that matched her first name, but not her last name. When the hospital asked Bardisa about the discrepancy, an affidavit says Bardisa claimed she had recently gotten married and had a new last name. When she was asked to provide a marriage certificate, Bardisa did not.
Oh boy, what a can of worms to open. How many nurses are actually fake that are working in the US right now? I don't even want to know. But if you didn't catch the end of the clip, the hospital at the very end at least asked her to show proof of her name change after she claimed to have gotten married. But then I guess they just didn't follow through when she never submitted anything. Okay, so that is an interesting finesse that I'm quite surprised actually worked, because she has the same first name as a real nurse that she found with her licensing number. She submitted that and she said, oh, I got married and that's my new last name. Really? Is it that easy? And as I mentioned earlier, when she was finally going to get promoted, they went, oh wait, your license expired. What's going on here? And then they couldn't verify her credentials, so she was then fired on January 22nd. But instead of just shrugging it off, the hospital, after 7 months of investigation, actually called the Flagler County Sheriff Office, arresting Bardisa on August 5th while she was sitting in her car. And ironically enough, what was she wearing here? Nurse scrubs.
Fortunately, to our knowledge anyways, nobody was seriously hurt or injured.
The alleged ruse was discovered this January after Bardisa was offered a promotion and allegedly could not verify her identity, prompting a 7-month investigation by the hospital. David, Bardisa faces multiple charges, and tonight authorities say that after she was fired, she got her nursing license and was working at another facility.
Awesome. So she was fired from that job because she didn't have real credentials, and I guess she just got a new job. Amazing. Well, I mean, hey, at least she finished the program, I guess. Stay in school, kids. No one should ever want to do something like this, because clearly it's not worth it. Why not just complete your nurse degree rather than having a criminal record? But what I am confused about is, how did she get a new position at a medical facility after she was fired from the past one while there was a 7-month investigation on her? That's crazy. But currently, she's now facing 7 counts of practicing as a health professional without a license, 7 counts of fraudulent use of personal identification, Oh, and apparently selling Ozempic and administering birth control injections, which also is going on her record as well. But if you're wondering how much time she could technically be facing for this, just think 7. Because you have 7 counts of pretending to be a nurse and 7 more for identity theft. So in Florida, both of those are 3rd-degree felonies, which carry up to 5 years in prison. That means, technically, she's facing a maximum sentence of 70 years for this. Man, that's crazy. There's no shot she's actually going to get 70 years for this, but still, a max sentence of 70 years is outrageous. So again, guys, stay in school because you don't want to be facing 70 years because you were LARPing as a nurse. Let's leave the nurse LARPing for Halloween and Comic-Con. Thank you. And unfortunately, what she has to be really worried about is because she treated 4,486 people, that means if just one person comes up and says, oh, hey, judge, I got injured from her, then suddenly she's looking at a way harsher sentence. Currently, her bond is set at $70,000 and she's being held in jail until her court arraignment on the 2nd of September. And what's crazy is there's another case that's just like this that's currently going on as well. Because when I was researching this, I found out there was a woman who stole the identity of 20 other nurses in Pennsylvania. So here we have Shannon Womack, who is apparently living the life of 20 people at once.
Shannon Nicole Womack is accused of working as a nurse at multiple facilities in Western Pennsylvania for the last 5 years, and investigators say she is not a licensed professional.
The investigation showcased Womack was using the identification and nursing certifications from 4 different confirmed nurses from southern states.
Trooper Rocco Gagliardi says state police found that she worked as an LPN, RN, and RN supervisor.
And that ranges all the way from Georgia to Connecticut.
Womack is listed on Georgia's nursing imposter alerts.
Hold up. Okay, wait, so nurse imposters is actually a thing? Okay, apparently there's an entire website to just busting fake nurses. So unfortunately, this is a bigger problem than I even realized. So massive shout out to all the real nurses out there because we need you more than ever because I would much rather have someone certified working on me than someone fake. Please. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but let's please end this right now. That would ease some of my health anxiety. What can you do, I guess? But Shannon over here, she used 20 different aliases and 7 different social security numbers and ran her own fake staffing company for nurses. Oh boy. Her scam ran all the way back to 2020 and she allegedly made a fake LLC, submitted forged documents, of course, especially if she's like, you know, rocking with 7 different social security numbers, and then even answered the phones herself at her bogus staffing agency so she could funnel jobs to herself. Apparently, she girl bossed her way into prison. But apparently, the Pennsylvania police pulled her over and they already connected her to prescription fraud, fake credentials, and even endangering care-dependent people. When they searched her car, they found a trove of fake IDs, medical equipment, and documents tied to real victims. Her bail, $250,000. GG, you're cooked. So honestly, Shannon makes Autumn look like an intern here. But just like Autumn, Shannon got caught only because someone decided to look into her background. This trend is kind of like if people saw those fake veneer technicians in Atlanta and they thought to themselves, how can we make this infinitely worse? And thus we have the fake registered nurse trend. So that's 2 viral fake nurses caught in just one summer. And as much as I would only want to blame these nurses, I also feel like the hospital definitely has some blame here because they hired her on fake credentials and they didn't even fully verify her name. So in Autumn's case, imagine being like patient 3,226 and you go, wait a minute, she's not even a real nurse? Well, that's why we have an email right here. So if you recognize this woman who has cheated on you, you should probably email that email. But either way, Autumn is currently in jail. I'm assuming the staff manager of that hospital is probably sweating right now as well because, you know, there's some fault there. That's just my opinion, but hey. But I guess this could also be a reminder is the problem isn't always just the fraud, it's also the system that allows it to be successful as a fraud. So hey guys, stay safe out there. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.